Excellent connection. It says it's streaming. Welcome. Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
And welcome to this week's episode.
Can we say welcome some more?
Of Craving Cars.
Welcome.
Podcast live thing, whatever you want to call this thing. I'm Pratt.
I'm Chris Ruck.
And this is Craving. I just said that. Just Craving Cars Podcast Live.
Welcome.
Hey, that's okay. We can rewind that, redo it, edit that out.
Yeah, there you go.
The live part.
That's true. That's true. But welcome to the show, my guys.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, everybody, for joining. Make sure if you like this kind of stuff, that you're subscribed to this channel, so you can catch it when some cool stuff come out. Hit the bell icon, because we don't just do podcasts. We do some other things occasionally.
Yeah, we're normally live. You can find us at most big car shows for sure, and then some of the smaller ones.
We do a lot of just odd little things too outside of town. We got some,
that's right.
We actually got quite a few events yet to come up for this year. So subscribe and follow us.
That's right.
Where do you want to follow us at? Instagram, Facebook.
There you go.
Well, and YouTube.
And YouTube.
You're watching us right
for sure. If you want to watch any of our videos, go to our YouTube channel. Our website's being revamped, just so everybody knows. So cravingcarslive.com is currently under construction.
Okay.
Because we're rebuilding it.
So if you have a hard time finding any of this, if you just Google if you just Google Craving Cars.
That's right.
You'll pull up our YouTube channel and our Facebook and Instagram.
That's right. We have that locked down.
Use be good. Hey, we got a great show for everybody today. Because not only do we have a guest today, we're gonna talk about toys
and cars.
Well, sure.
Cars built off.
I suppose.
How about cars built off of toys?
Since this is an automotive-related type of channel, we'll go ahead and talk cars. Why not?
That's right.
But we got some cool stuff coming up. But first,
let's talk about
we have some of the people that help make this show happen. They just happen to be sponsor-related.
It would not happen without them.
Oh, there you go. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Ruck. I apologize for not saying
that.
You
got to point that out.
But besides that, they are good. Supporters regardless.
Yep, Flying Ace Drag Strip.
Yep.
Good friends. Hopefully we do a lot more this year with them. And then big things coming up. A lot of our other good friends are doing stuff there. We'll talk about that more.
Yeah, I think we can talk about that on another show.
We can, yeah.
Because we got too many toys to talk about today.
We got truckloads of cars.
But Flying Ace Drag Strip, what a wonderful racing facility that this is.
I think we narrowed it down top 3 in the country.
It's crazy how good this place is, and it's still not even, they're still not done yet, technically. No. There's still more things they want to do.
Consistently built.
I mean, the track's good. Where we're at, But there's just so much more that they want to do facility-wise to expand it, and I just can't wait till all
Yeah. A lot of AV upgrades to get the audience involved.
You guys want some awesome apparel? I know a place.
I do too.
We Are Warriors.
That's right. Jason and his whole family do an amazing job. They travel across the country, showing up at hundreds of shows a year. I don't know how they do it, but good apparel.
That's right. If you can't make it to any one of the shows where they have some really interesting, ridiculous stuff, we are warriorsapparel.com.
That's right. Yep.
And you have to stay up to date with them because they come out with so many limited edition type of stuff.
You do. When they come out with a new product line, you better get a hold of it because it's limited run and they move on to something more amazing. So.
I mean, come on, he did shoes one time.
I know. It's crazy.
He didn't get in right then?
Yeah. Jason and his family do a good job.
UnKCorked Wine and Spirits. We got some good friends there. They run the place. It's an awesome it's a liquor store in a sense. Okay. Yep. Very knowledgeable one.
Concierge, I would say.
There you go. There you go. And we were just talking about reaching out to Mr. Dave.
Yep.
And we will have to do that. And
my fellow Audi guy, just to throw that.
We need to get back on the show. Let's get back on the show.
We do.
He's an awesome guy.
RICHLINE Motorsports.
RICHLINE Motorsports. Thank you so much for always kind of backing us a little bit and supporting the channel and making this kind of happen. Big T from Timely Delivery Service.
That's right. Hopefully we're going to see him this weekend. We'll talk more.
Yeah, we'll talk a little more about that because we know something that some of you may not know.
That's right. Private.
And of course, we are shooting here live from the Auto Beauty Center studios.
That's right. Thank you very much.
Here in Independence, Missouri. So if you know where that's at, look at Auto Beauty Center. Actually, if you're nearby or even not nearby, you need some stuff done.
Come by and hang outside the building, and we'll pipe it to you, and you can hang out. And
we do have a window. Whoops, that way.
Yeah, that way.
Actually, I don't know which way it is. You guys just look at me one way or the other. But there is a window here, and you can be creepy about it.
That's right. And of course, cartoons, my own thing that we do for the cars.
I didn't know. Were we going to mention that anymore? I didn't think
I was going to take it off, but I was like, yeah, well, why not? I worked hard on the logo.
So you only do an amazing job at doing DJ stuff at car events and other events.
And there's more of that. I'll tell you where we're going to be doing it.
I mean, I don't know why we mentioned it because you did such a fantastic job.
I know. I think it's self-promoting itself.
Am I really telling that because he's here, or
right here.
Am I being serious about it? Guess what? You're going to have to book cartoons to find out for yourself.
There you go. And there's nowhere to find me.
You really do. I mean, joking aside, you really do good.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
And he has the fucking amazing equipment to back him up. So.
We'll talk more about that.
Equipment helps.
That's right.
So anyways, awesome. Thank you so much for all the sponsors.
That's right.
And for everybody else who helps support the channel. Matter of fact, you know how you can support this channel? By subscribing.
That's right. YouTube. That's probably the biggest one. Yeah, that's probably the biggest one we want.
You know the other way you can do it? Besides commenting and having another good conversation in our live chat. Let's say you can't make it live, that's fine. Leave a comment down below what you think of the show or any tidbits we come up with. Like for one, we've been having this going for a while.
Uh-oh.
What is the dumbest cars ever made?
We have been looking for that list. We need more interaction.
We need more interaction. We're trying to just compile we're going to probably do a whole show of dumbest cars.
Yeah. Ever made.
But we need content. We need more and more stuff. Yes, we come up with our own stuff. Yeah, I get it. There's dumbest cars. I know the subs I make. I know the dumbest cars maybe I've purchased. I know that Malibus are stupid. I mean, all this stuff. But we need some feedback from you guys. So comments down below.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Dumbest cars.
I already have my
And I don't mean just in the years Malibus are made. I mean in the years of cars, of automobiles were made.
So I'll go there. Mine just doesn't have to be one of those. You go back to the old school muscle Malibus. Yeah. There you go. Malibu 2s. You'll find them. Okay. Anyway.
Which one are you, Malibu 7?
I think I'm 10, 12, whatever it is.
Anyways, enough of that. No more Malibus need to be added to the list. We have enough.
No.
And no, they're not the dumbest. But
no. I like mine.
Third to the dumbest.
There you go. All right.
No.
What else you got?
And, guess what? So we're going to go do a thing this weekend.
We are.
We're going to go do a thing. The Hot Wheels Legends Tour is coming through Kansas City.
It is.
When I say Kansas City, I mean Gardner.
Well, okay.
It's not exactly Kansas City. It's actually probably the furthest from Kansas City you can get to and still kind of be in the metropolitan area. However, Walmart is a huge sponsor of this show, and so it's going to happen at the Walmart in Gardner. It just happens to be that's where it's at.
Yeah.
So
we're excited.
Wicked stuff. More on that as we get further in the show because we have toys to talk about. If you have any idea of what we mean by toys, you probably get the hint.
Not toys
at this point.
Yeah.
And I do want to mention one thing for you, Mr. Ruck.
Yeah, let's go.
I want to mention Wayne Stock.
Oh, we're so excited about Wayne Stock this year.
Are we ever?
Wayne and Tanya reached out and they wanted to know if we'd like to sponsor their event, which is a big. If you go to our YouTube channel, you're going to see what this turns out to be. It's big, and we just did the Bandit Run with not just them, others throughout the country.
Right. They kind of hosted this stop because it wasn't only it was a traveling thing.
That's right. That's right.
So they kind of hosted just like this. The Kansas City stop, but otherwise it's put on by their own selves.
That's right.
But
Yep. So right now they're looking, and the event's going to be on 10/4. We've gone, you and me have gone for 2 years now, right? This will be our third year.
Has it only been 2? I thought it was.
No, it's only been 2.
It's had to have been.
Yeah.
You sure it's not 3?
No, it's 2 for you.
You know, it's so awesome. I feel like I've known it all my life.
I know.
Like I went to it when I was 5.
Yeah. It's a great time. You can check it out. Usually you'll find the event information on our pages. Probably easier, and you'll find it on Wayne Stocks because they didn't really advertise it in the past, except for the last year where they really got involved with being on the show, pushing it more. Now it's just expanded so big. We're talking 400 plus cars or more. It's just a great time.
In a different caliber than some shows too, though.
I don't know of any car show that I've been to that do what they do. In other words, it goes from early morning into late evening, multiple bands.
We kind of talk about it as a car show, but it's only like a third of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good old boys car show.
It's a big fundraiser too for charity type of stuff, and so they have something they're doing every day, whether it's for individual in need or a charity, a foundation.
That's right.
Well, they're all in need, really, for that matter, but they're always doing some kind of really cool, awesome stuff for that.
Yeah.
And the fact of seeing it grown, I think this is going to be the 8th year. I think
it is.
And seeing it grown for them, not really just kind of word of mouth of people who just kind of went to it. It's a whole ordeal. It's a whole day. Yeah. It's a car show. It's a hangout. It's a party. It's live music. It's food.
Tons of food.
It is. You know, they've got all kinds of wicked stuff. You can buy some dried candy from Eddie's.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, candy treats. Yeah, I'm messing up the name. I'm so sorry.
I know. Eddie's gonna be bad.
But you know what? That's okay. Just watch the last video. She's in there.
Freeze-dried treats.
Thank you. Eddie's freeze-dried treats.
There you go. I knew I'd remember it.
But they even have silent auction stuff with like the coolest car, garage, automobile stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, technically, there's some other things that are not automotive, but but there's all kinds of stuff like that. So.
But it is a great time.
It is.
It is.
Now, you've been going to it longer than
I have. I went through 2 through 5. You and me been going 6 and 7. This is the 8th year. Yep. So I just racked it up my brain. But,
and the guest today has known about this show since way before that, and didn't really want to share it with Craving Cars apparently. So we didn't go until Mr. Ruck joined. So thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. If he's brought any one thing to the show,
it's that
Wayne Stock,
and it is probably our favorite show. And they are accepting sponsorships. So look at Craving Cars.
Craving Cars on Facebook. Craving Cars Facebook. That's at Craving Cars.
Yeah. There's a link there. You can also see it on my page as well. But check it out. They're looking for sponsors.
At Numbnuts.
Yeah. T-shirts.
Get
your brand out there on T-shirts.
That's right.
Banners. Advertising. Our videos.
Everybody. Yeah. It's worth it. Everybody gets a shirt. So everybody leaves it with shirts.
Yep. So it's a great time,
and it's gonna have Craving Cars on it. So the best time ever.
That's right, and we'll be giving away a lot of T-shirts for 10-4.
That's right,
and you'll see Buford T. Justed and his son.
Yep.
Junior. Whatever his name.
You got it. Junior. Thank you.
Oh no, I blanked out there.
I don't know why you did either. But those guys are hilarious. We've had them on the show as well. And they were in character and everything.
Yeah,
it was also amazing. But we have to go back to some toys.
Let's do that.
And it's not just the wee little bit of toys for the little ones, wee little ones. It is for the wee little ones, but it's also for the big grown guys. It's Hot Wheels, man.
That's right.
Hot Wheels. Man, they have been around a long time. They've done a lot of cool stuff. And the coolest thing, Craving Cars itself has a little bit of history of some Hot Wheels. We've had a Hot Wheels show.
You have.
I like an actual Hot Wheels car show.
Yeah, we'll show that.
We have been to one of these like competitions of these Hot Wheels, kind of like what's coming through Kansas City.
Yep.
Before at SEMA. Matter of fact, we've even seen people make live big size normal cars out of a Hot Wheels car.
That's right.
I don't know. Hot Wheels tries to do it the other way around. They take a car and make it into a Hot Wheels.
That's right.
This guy did it the other way around. And with that said, I would like to introduce our guest for today.
Our good friend.
It is our good friend, Stephen Miller, everybody.
That's right. What's up, Stephen?
Hello. How y'all doing tonight?
He's been around the Craving Cars scene since it's pretty much started. He has hung out with Craving Cars. He has gone out of town with Craving Cars. He has been on a few videos in the past with Craving Cars. I don't know why you haven't been with Craving Cars in the last, this year or last, because it seems like every show we go to, you're not. And every show you go to, we're not.
He's always helping us out at our
He is. He does not hesitate to when he's available to help, and not just Craving Cars.
Yeah.
Like almost any car show. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you go down to like Eureka Springs.
Yep, there's a Midwest Blue Oval Club. They put on a show down there.
And you literally go down there. You said you guys need another hand, and they go, "What can you do?" It's like, "What do you need me to do?" And then you do it.
Yeah.
Like you're not even. You're just volunteering yourself. You're parking people. You're directing people. You're doing all this stuff, and then you go, "Oh wait, there's a car show. I should probably attend since I'm here to do that." But yeah, Stephen Miller, guys, everybody. We got like a. Nope. Yay! There we go.
That's what happens when you start pressing buttons.
I knew it was one of those. That's why I don't push the buttons.
He doesn't push buttons.
Is the other reason why we brought Stephen Miller aboard today. Yeah, that's because he was willing to actually show up.
Gotta show up when Chris doesn't.
He was the 6th or 7th person we asked to be here. That's turned us down, but that's okay. Hey, no, I'm just kidding.
Nobody turns us down when we open up the doors.
He was the first one. You want to know why he was the first one and only one I asked on here? Because he's the biggest fucking geek on Hot Wheels that I have ever met in my life.
That's what I heard.
So we have our Hot Wheels
toys.
Our Hot Wheels
aficionado.
Our expert.
There you go.
Our in-house, our intern.
That's right. I'm expert, but I collect.
Well, I tell you what, more expert than these two jokers on the show.
That's right.
So you collect because I kept bringing you stuff. So
I don't think you realize how many Hot Wheels I have because of this guy.
Yeah. Well, hey,
I got a box. It's in my storage right now.
Well, he has another box at the house,
and that don't count the collection kits he got me, where they're in their own little box set.
Yeah,
where it has like he got me like a.
So they'd be called like a diorama. So
there you go.
Okay. See, I know what a diorama
he got me a Nissan one that has all the skylines in it.
Yeah.
He's got me some Porsche ones where it has like the car carrier and it has like the RSR.
So be a car.
There you go. Okay, well, I know what a diorama is.
Yeah. What is it? I'm just kidding. All right, so. The Hot Wheels thing, big deal because they're doing their Legends tour this weekend, and I want to get a little more Hot Wheels a little bit later. But we have a guest on the show, and if you guys know that's been watching the show for a while, I like to dig a little bit deeper, into the mind of the Miller.
Should I play the video that you guys did during COVID? To come up with your own
how
car
about we
show?
play it a little later? Because what I want to know is Steven's a car guy.
Okay,
and it's kind of a car show, so I want to kind of get into the history of Miller's cars here. Steven, where did it really start? You've been a car guy for the most part, from my understanding, is since you knew what a car was, it seems like.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of the first ones was more of a old Celica. So I think so.
It wasn't a Ford, by the way, guys. That's a Toyota.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Well, the first one was a Ford Pinto, however embarrassing it was.
But ultimately that was a good car. That was a good car for you, though, wasn't it?
It's still better than Malibu, though. So
it might be in the list above or below Malibu's. I don't know.
Even if it blows up in the back, it's still better than Malibu.
That's right. And that's the ones that do the a lot of people do the fire stuff from the front.
No, his blows inwards.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Now Pinto was the first car. Bought it myself, $300.
$300. Wow, my first car was $600, and it was a Toyota. So, man, you could have bought two of yours for the price of mine.
My first one was a Cadillac. To see that.
We don't want to know. We didn't ask either.
Pintos, like a Buick Skyhawk,
what year
Ranger,
78. Fleetwood Brougham.
Man, you had
Fleetwood Brougham, the elegance with the side panels.
You had a Lanyard.
I did.
Oh.
Yeah, I got that sucker stuck to the field. So.
That's awesome. Mine was an 81 Toyota. Okay, continue. I'm sorry. We're taking.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
we're here to deep dive into the guests' cars, so we keep talking about our own shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. More apt. Start with the Celica, with a friend of mine.
Celica. Okay. Why'd you? I mean, how long did you have that for a while?
Had it for a while.
Was it a base model, or was it like
did you have fun with it? They were fairly sporty.
I think then it was considered like a little Celica GT.
Okay.
Because later on, I did put like 300Z wheels on it or something.
Oh wow. Okay. It wasn't a turbo version though.
No.
Okay. All right.
But you have fun with it? Fun little car?
Yeah, until somebody ran into it.
Was it a manual?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because
someone ran into it?
I got the parental version of shifting, like 1500 this and that.
Yeah.
And then later on, I got the friend version.
Yeah, your best friend come out. It
Third-
says,
Third, fourth.
let me show you how it's really done.
It's like, why are you shifting so early?
Do you see that number that goes all the way to that little red area?
Right.
That's where you want to get the
right.
needle up.
Peg it.
Okay.
Third, fourth year scratches. I get third, he could get fourth, and I'm like, how are you?
Rev it up to red
Tell
line.
that you know what the man was talented. This is all we can say. I know who he was. I know who he was. A good friend. His name was Chris.
Yep, Chris.
Not this guy.
Yeah.
Much better friend than this guy. So, Celica, you moved up though from the Celica.
So what year did the Celica end?
But what year was the Celica? I'm sorry.
Well, I think it was 79.
79.
It's been a while.
Oh wow. Okay, so not the one I'm thinking of. I was
way before the Celica Supras, before the Supra even came out.
Did it have on the back windows? Did it have the fin?
They were pretty.
It may have.
The GTs came with
the late
basic
70s,
fin
though.
and like a fin that was off the back of the bridge.
You got to think the late 70s. That was the only thing Toyota really did since the 2000 GT. That was in a sense considered a sportier
That's
car.
what I was getting.
It was a sporty car. Can you actually put the image on the thing?
I'm going to try to.
He's going to try to, ladies and gentlemen.
But no, keep talking.
But later
yeah.
on, then
So later they did a Celica, and then they did a Celica Supra. So it was kind of a more beefed up. That was before the Supra became its own thing.
70, like a Celica GT or something. That's what it was.
Okay, I can see that. I can see them having a GT back then.
I haven't shared it yet, but was it one of these are the 70s versions of Celica. Are you sure it wasn't a 70s or 80s?
Maybe a little higher.
We're not showing it with the audience yet because I don't want to show you something that's not.
Try an 81 maybe.
Try 81. Okay, that might be where the body change.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you're talking about the same one I had. This version.
Is that where you're getting into?
With did you have the flip up headlights?
No.
Was it pop up and down headlights?
No, I think
Pop up and down.
I think he's talking about the 90s.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. That's too soon. That's pop up too. They didn't go on pop up until like then.
Yeah.
So as we're pointing this shit, no one can even.
Anyway.
see
All right. Anyway, Toyota's not that
So
important.
later, yeah.
Except if it's a Supra.
The reason why not so much because if you guys know Stephen Miller is a pretty good Ford follower.
Yep.
So later on, yes, did get into an 87 Ranger.
87 Ranger.
Bought it Ford.
I really thought it was going to get more exciting than
For Ranger. Hey, I'm not going to knock it because my son-in-law and daughter just bought a 2001 Ford Ranger short bed side.
So we'll also add in the fact
I don't know
that
what to
back
say to
then,
I know.
Actually, I think they were the compact trucks for their time. If you guys don't already fucking know.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I don't really hear anything bad about it. I feel like they just kind of go.
Yeah.
They run.
You still see them.
You could have got there was a lot of them 4-cylinders, but you could get a 6-cylinder model for that too, couldn't you? For those.
I don't know. I know mine was a little 4-banger.
Okay.
Depending on the year.
I want to say they had like a fairly decent I can't remember if it was a V6 or a straight 6, but it was a fairly decent.
I don't think that would probably been a V6 in that time.
Okay.
You know what's
But
funny?
I want to say it was in the 4-something liter.
There's a 4-liter,
There
which
is
is
a 4-liter, but that's a lot later on.
Yeah, and then they did the
Does anybody
dual
know
spark,
in
so
our
it's
audience
twice as many spark
we're
plugs.
talking about?
4-cylinder.
Yeah.
Will says
But as
he
far
missed
as
the
my
pop-up
Ranger,
headlights. Sorry, Will.
between me and there was a guy in Kansas for the time period were the only two that ever lowered one because they had just started doing kits, and with it being a twin I-beam suspension, you had to change the I-beams and stuff. It's just not like Toyota where you could just it was an involved process.
So
you like the truck?
So
the truck.
Once again, Chris and I did it in the garage.
Okay.
We did.
So
I worked hard.
I interrupt with the audience participation that Will talked about missing the pop-up headlights.
Yeah.
Trivia for everybody: what was the longest running model that kept pop-up headlights? I'll come back to that later because I do know the answer. And you guys can guess if you like, because you're not going to be as smart as I am with this.
Our audience
bullshit.
is hip to have Google search.
They're going to know. Don't use Google, people. Come on.
They are already searching. I guarantee it. Our audience is smart.
I might be.
We did look up the audience.
All right. After the Ranger, though.
So Ranger.
You had that for how long? Okay. After the Ranger.
Good answer, Stephen.
Ranger. Probably some T-Birds.
Oh, you went to T-Birds. You had a turbo coupe, didn't you?
I had a turbo coupe.
I can see you buying that.
And I also had a super coupe.
And the Super Coupe. So he had a
What's
turbo.
the difference?
The Turbo Coupe was a 4-cylinder turbocharged.
Turbo 4-cylinder.
The
Mine
Super
was an
Coupe.
automatic that wouldn't get out of its own way.
Didn't the Mustang use the same turbo in the SVO? Or am I wrong?
Like so.
Yeah, because that was a Fox body car, wasn't it? The Turbo Coupe.
The Turbo Coupes, yes.
Yep.
Those are still a Fox body.
But they were a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. They just like you said,
they did have a good look to them.
Yeah,
I did like.
I liked them.
When I saw them and saw the turbo thing, I thought it was amazing because I had a buddy that had later the model that came after your Super Coupe, basically,
right.
but only he didn't have this. He had the V6, just not
right.
the supercharger. And we went for driving, and we're like, it feels about the same as your car. And then we realized, oh, this is a 4-cylinder. We didn't know that they put 4 cylinders in them, but then they're trying to get around the V8 thing, get the turbo.
Yeah. Everybody was throwing turbos on everything back then.
But you got that Super Coupe, which was what, early 90s?
Yeah, 91.
91, okay.
91 and 92.
And that wasn't a bad body style either. I kind of like the way they looked.
3.8 liter V6.
Yeah, 3.8 V6 supercharged. And nowadays terms, not really a whole lot of horsepower, but for its time, it was pretty quick, wasn't it?
Do you think they built that? Do you think they went with the 3.8 turbo because of the
supercharged?
Supercharged.
Oh, okay. I was thinking they were competing against the Buick Regal, but
no, that was after that.
That'd be later.
Is it?
Yep,
Okay.
that was after that.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I know the Impala SS's didn't like them.
So the Impala SS came out. Of course, it had an LT1 in it.
Yep.
Only about 280 horsepower.
And I scored one down the highway.
And his supercharged V6 smoked him.
Of course.
Multiple times, and he got all mad about it.
Yeah.
Because he thought he had a V8. And
the Impala SS was pretty cool. I mean, like how fat the tires were when it came with. I mean, I like them. But you're right. That was still during the early LT1 days where they just didn't have the grunt until like 90s.
Yeah. Well, they were still under emission control back then.
Unfortunately, we haven't quite broken through all those on the V8s yet. So your force-inducted smaller engines like the V6s and the turbos and all that stuff were just better.
Well, that and your intercooler was like this big.
Yeah.
You know, it had one, but it wasn't anything like today's.
So there was a guy I met that had one of those Super Coupes, those supercharger, turbo Thunderbirds, and he tubbed it out. And he had this big, giant wheels in the back because he tubbed it out. We're thinking, oh my God, what did he put in this engine?
Right.
It was still the stock. And he had T-shirts made that said, "What do you mean it doesn't have a V8?" And it was just kind of funny because he had this, awesome.
Because he didn't know?
Thunderbird. No, it was just a play on joke because
okay.
It was like because that was the car that was beating V8s. So you took a stock V8 car, that Super Coupe was just smoking them like his did, right?
Yep.
But you upgraded from that. I know we're talking about like, hey, that's a fast car for its time, but you did better than that, didn't you?
91, I got my first Mustang.
Bam! Which was a Fox body. This is a running thing, guys. Fox body is going to be a thing.
Now we're into his world.
There's one car I can think of that's not actually the Super Coupe wasn't a Fox body, was it? But there's one other car in his world of a performance car that wasn't a Fox body, but still in the same realm. But that's later on. But you had a 91
hatch. Automatic.
5.0?
Yes.
I don't think he has anyone that was.
You've always gone for the big motor that you can get. Okay. All right.
Thank God. If he got an SVO or something, I'd have been okay. I'd have forgiven him for that.
For the time.
Those were fast.
They were hot for the time.
Those were fast for the time. Okay.
I think it was from the Ranger to the Mustang. That's how I remember.
So how many Fox body Mustangs have you owned?
I've had 3. I had a 91 hatch. I had a 93 Calypso Coupe, which is one I still kind of miss.
The Coupe is what your favorite was. The Coupe was your favorite.
You have seen my Coupe.
I have. In a weird phenomenon, we went somewhere and he goes, "Hey, this is my car." You know how you see a car just like yours, like, "Hey, it's my car."
Yeah.
It's not really your car. We went somewhere, it's like my car. I'm like, yeah. And then later on, he's like, "No, that was my car." I'm like, No. It's just like the one you had, right? He's like, "No, that was the one I had."
Oh, okay.
We've been out.
It was at a Cars and Coffee.
Participating in some events. And this gentleman had asked about my car one week, and I'm like, well, considering what we're doing, I'm not telling you anything about my car. Because what we were doing. And we were at the same spot the next night, and he approached me again and said, "Hey, I've asked everybody, everybody knows your car."
Yeah.
It wasn't the fastest, but I kept it spotless. It was nothing for it to be washed 3 or 4 times a day. And he approached me about purchasing it, and younger and credit card debts and this and that. So arrangements were made. He purchased my car. years later, because he's out in Kansas, he does still have my car. There are still identifying marks things that I had done to it years ago.
Right.
That are still
that
on
you notice it.
Yeah, he's barely changed. He's very little stuff that he's changed on, isn't it?
There's for instance, there was a sticker we put on the fan shroud, just like a brushstroke LX, and I guess it is still the original sticker from then. Has a different intake and some other changes, right, but it still has the same. I guess
most people don't replace plastics,
nuance or whatever.
Yeah.
But
it's cool that he hasn't done much to it.
I showed up this Colors and Coffee, and I had seen it because I hadn't seen it for you. I'm like, what are the odds? And went over, and start.
Yeah, he started poking pride because he goes, "Hey, it's my car," and then he really looked into it and goes,
"Holy shit, this is my car.
This really is my car." Or was.
I didn't recognize the owner at all.
What was the color? What would you call that color?
It's Calypso Green.
Calypso Green, okay. Which was actually, at the time,
kind of I don't know what they call it.
I really, really, really liked that color. I remember when that came out. I thought that was one of my more
I agree, Eric.
Mustangs.
The 5.0 LX was...
I think
that was a
it's
hot
funny
car.
because back in the day I always thought you had to get the GT, and then I realized later on
the LX
you didn't need to.
See,
that's right.
And I thought, like, I'm with Steven on this because I remember we talked about this for a long time, that if you just really put them side by side, the coupes just look a little cooler.
And that's like, once I had the hatch, when we went looking to replace the hatch, I'm like, okay, it's got to be a coupe. My two priorities is 5.0 and 5-speed. The color was literally just an option at that point.
Yeah.
We called some dealerships, went looking around or whatever, and we stumbled across this one out at Thoroughbred Ford, and it used to be over there off the Prospect area. And picked it up from that. Well, it was sitting on the corner of the lot, and me and a buddy, literally kind of being a little goofball, so we went up and just kind of peeked in the windows, like, yes, it's 5-speed. Okay, we're a plus there.
Right.
It's already,
Right.
Mr. Vampire Bear. 13.
Yeah, I saw
Mark Mohio is with you on this, man, because he has had a shit ton of Fox Body Mustangs himself. But you've had another one. Now this last one, that's the one you actually did the most racing, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I actually turned into it. It was, once again, I picked it up from a friend. It was a 5.0 5-speed to start with. And
what year was that last one you had?
93.
93, okay.
If I had pictures, I have pictures on my phone, but we have to.
I kind of put him on the spot with it, but his was different though. His was not the same. His was actually very rad looking. You had your own little scheme on it.
So it started as just a basic red coupe.
Yep.
Later on, it got the Cobra intake and E-cam, and some racing and stuff like that. Later.
Oh yeah, that's a good body style. I like that body style.
No, that's a hatch there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you got
same year though.
You got to get the coupe one. Yeah, you got to get the coupe. Put in coupe.
Yeah, I got you. Coupe.
We got Chris trying to pull up pictures here.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you know what? I always
it just had a cleaner back end with the coupe.
I thought so too.
It turns out I don't really care for the GT ground effect. I thought that's what I wanted. Like back in the days, like, oh, that's badass. And then I saw like a really clean looking coupe.
Yep, this one.
Can we show that to the people?
No.
All right.
Copyright protected.
Can you show that somehow or not?
He just doesn't know.
Yeah, you can hold up your camera.
That was, those who may know, that's the old coupe.
Oh, whoop. There it is.
So that started life as just a plain red coupe.
That was a clean car, man.
Later on, got into more racing. There used to be a Vamp series and stuff like this.
Was that the blood red color? Is that what red that was?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is the blood red right here.
Nah, it wasn't. It was more if you go down.
That one?
Yeah, it was more just.
I think it's the way the light catches it. But
well, there was a strawberry or something.
Well,
like that too.
I've seen pictures now of that one we just showed everybody with only 2 wheels on the ground.
Yes, it later on.
That son of a bitch.
It got the nitrous. Later on,
you boosted it.
What did it do? What was the fastest you did?
1037 and 128.
1037.
Then
that's quarter, right?
Yes.
138.
Yeah, back then they didn't race 8 mile.
Yeah.
They used the whole truck.
A brand new 911 Turbo S is barely faster than that.
Yeah.
But
I know that's a production car, blah, blah, blah. It's not a Zephyr, but it's an all-wheel drive.
Can you imagine what he done? He put the $100,000 in.
With the most ridiculous PDK transmission launch system with over 600 horsepower, 650 horsepower. and it just barely beats his 93
but
Fox body.
That's also 347 with 150 shot out of the hole. So I'm spraying.
Yeah, well,
it's a little.
It just makes it spicy. It's okay. We don't like it. The numbers say it all, my friend.
That's right.
Train's braking nitrous, so everything was relayed out. So once I set the brake and the bottle's on, as soon as I let off.
Did you take this on the street a lot? Did you drive this on the street a lot?
Oh yeah, I'm still fully street legal.
Did you use the bottle on the street?
Yes.
Yeah,
Why would you ask him? Of course he did. We cut him off if he didn't.
He probably had an extra one ready to go.
That's right.
No, I usually just had the one, but
that's awesome.
I know the night that the first time we went to use it, got busted by.
What happened to that car?
After 1037 and 128, I was pretty much at my limit between finance and knowledge.
Okay.
Other things just kind of.
And the size of his cojones.
Well, even like I don't have a picture, but the wheels up. I think they said it came about waist high. I didn't even realize it was coming up. The girl at the time got pictures. I have a picture on the wall.
Oh, so when you're launching, you don't realize it's coming up. You're just being thrown back so much, anyways. It doesn't even. Okay.
Because by then I was an automatic. It started life as a stick car, but I had switched to an automatic, trying to get a little more consistency with the racing at the track through the Vamp series and stuff like that.
Sure.
But
that car went away.
Went away.
What was the next thing you got? You wanted something to replace that, but you've done a lot of racing. It wasn't about racing some more, but so much street driving, right?
Well, the replacement for that ended up being the Fairmont, actually.
That's what I'm saying.
But
see, the Fairmont wasn't really. You didn't want to build that to be a track car, did you?
I don't really. I didn't never.
Actually, do you even know what you wanted to do with it at first?
Well, considering it started life as a straight 6-column with automatic,
I
knew from the get-go I would do some form of V8 swap, and I'm more of a stick person. So
what year was that?
So what, in Fairmont?
Yeah,
79. Look up 79 Fairmont.
So he turned around and got a 79 Fairmont Future. And that's. It's also a Fox body. So
yes,
there you go. That was a Fox body before.
Hey, scroll down. Go back right there on the corner. That's my car.
Right there?
No, down. Right there.
This one?
Yes.
Well, that's your car.
One.
But what is?
That's literally my car in Iowa.
Right.
This is true. That is your car in Iowa because it's a Sly Fox on it. That's your plate.
So how cool is that you Google it and my car comes up that quick?
Bam. But what it's a green. It's very close to a bullet green because this car has a play on.
Mine is Highland green. Bullet is actually dark Highland green. It does say bullet. I don't know if you can see zoom in on that.
Yeah, on the back part of the car.
The bullet is a dual play because I make ammunition. So
yeah, it's not necessarily just because of the Bullet Mustang. It's because of
So it's not off the movie.
No, it's okay.
You should show what it was when he started with it, though, because basically one of those cars was what it looked like from the get-go, didn't it?
Yes.
For the most part, I mean, which
go
one
down like that?
Was it brown or was it beige?
Mine was more brown. It was literally a brown.
Was it like that? Give or take.
We don't need to be
yellow, was it?
Exact, but
yeah, just roundabout.
Is it this one?
That's
shut up. This one. That's kind of it.
No, just put that up there to the camera.
Right there.
No, that's still wrong color, but
it's a give or take.
But yeah,
his is a little bit darker.
It's like that.
There you go.
There's another picture of my car too, right above that other brown one.
There you go.
We're just going to share it all, and we're just going to let people pick their own. All right, here you go. Kind of that. So what? You repainted yours? It's not
I redid my car. That car went down to bare nothing. Once again, with the helps of Chris and fellow other friends helping me.
You got to think nothing of that drivetrain and that car that you're looking at right there in the picture is nothing what you kept. You kept none of it.
The body. So
yeah, that's his right there.
Like the picture you have.
There you go. Click on that. Yeah, that's his car right there.
Yeah, Iowa again.
Somebody's got a copyright. Look at the logo.
Hey, I got a cool slow motion video where he dropped a cleaning thing on his hood, but we won't get into that. I'll show you that one.
Oh, and they're even selling yours for $34.
He knows O'Fallon, Illinois. That's his old stomping ground.
Yeah, that's. I was just there the holiday weekend, 4th of July weekend in Iowa.
Yep. Yeah. I wish I could have went.
5,000 car show.
Yep. Wish I could have went. That's the one that these guys mention to me all the time, and I haven't been able to chance to get every time it's going on during the time. I just don't have time.
Yeah.
However, it's amazing. He took a car, he stripped everything out. It has a different engine, different transmission, different axles, different rear end.
No, it's nice. I like it.
I mean, he went to a V8 to a straight 6 automatic to a V8 manual. Repainted the whole fucking car.
Twice.
Cobra seats, brakes. I mean, everything. Is the dash even the same?
Minus the radio.
No, the radio was a double stick 8-track.
You should have kept that.
I actually wanted to try to test it. I wanted to try to test it, but I didn't have any 8-tracks to see if it worked.
Oh man,
I thought
truck stop sells 8-tracks.
Got to go to a vintage place for that sucker.
Throw some Hank Williams.
But either way,
and since you guys like mentioning Wayne stock, I'll mention that Wayne is the one that did the last paint job on it.
Oh really?
Yes.
Bam.
Well, that's why it sparkles.
I wonder why it's so good.
Yeah,
he's the one that put the
I love the color of it. I think it's
he added cool. Now besides the green, he had I don't know because you could tell in that picture was it in that picture?
Nah, there's too much highlight.
No, those pictures didn't have the stripe.
They didn't have the stripe, so he has like a painted black
stroke. Kind of it's called a stroke stripe.
Yeah, stroke stripe. Whatever you say.
Is it like Ghosted?
No, it's
not.
It's with the dark Highland.
It used to be more of a decal thing, but he got it painted.
It is in tuxedo black.
Oh, okay.
In fact, but there's actually green sparkles in it, so it's like a hash mark and then striped down the side.
Oh, cool.
And then,
well, good job, Wayne. I like it. I thought you're.
Well,
I think because your car, you still have it.
Yes.
Yep, he still does. Yeah. He sacrificed a vehicle he bought afterwards to keep that car. Well, he didn't sacrifice it. He just thought, hey, if I didn't have this, I could put more money into that. And you bought a 2017 Mustang GT.
Yes.
Lightning blue?
Yes, sir.
I really like that car.
I haven't seen it.
Because he don't have it.
I only kept that for a few years.
Because he fucking got rid of it.
A whim deal.
You decided
I enjoyed it.
And he asked me.
But I'm like, I didn't need 2 toys. Because
what should I do with this car? I said, keep it. And he didn't. But you know what? Hindsight, you got some cool stuff done to the Fairmont.
Yeah.
And
I like it because it's more unique than a Mustang.
The Fairmont was more unique and a little bit different.
Yeah.
There's just more to the heart to that car than there was the Mustang. But the Mustang just coming off the showroom floor the way you customized it the way you wanted it to.
I did a few little things.
He did some leather upgrades with it, wheels.
Exhaust. I had it 3 days of people were tagging me about, hey,
he dressed up had good brakes on it already, but he did dress up the calipers to change it
red. I saw.
So you've seen Brembo brakes, right?
Yeah.
Where he had the Brembo lettering that says Brembo across it.
Yeah.
He had his calipers redone.
I had a sticker made.
And he had a sticker made in the Brembo lettering. Hold on.
Exact
it said
font,
brakes.
Everything that just said brakes.
It said brakes.
So I would go to car shows.
People are like, oh, you got the Brembo brakes. He goes, no, it just says brakes. It didn't say Brembo, it said brakes.
It's just brakes.
It was hilarious.
That's cool.
It was an awesome way.
Well, you guys do a lot more with Hot Wheels, and you guys did something. You want to go into that?
So once again, on Hot Wheels, if I had the Fairmont here,
yeah.
Why the Fairmont was being built the second time, repainted everything, because Hot Wheels does do a Fairmont Hot Wheel.
Mm-hmm.
There was the original version, Front Runner Fairmont, or no. Anyway, there's a red one, there's a white one, there was one that was in a little car wash deal, and there's a taxi one that changes into a police car. It's a color changer.
Oh,
taxi.
Wow, okay.
But so
Fairmont.
I had Wayne, while he was squirting the big car green, I had him repaint the little car green. I had a couple other people help me customize the interior and wheels and stuff. I've had actually about 3 other people work on it, so I have a Hot Wheel
matches your car.
That matches my car.
Hey, we don't need you, Hot Wheel Legends Tour, to make a car out of his. He already has one, some bitch.
Yeah, well, but you can do your own personal car show.
You know what would be cooler than that? Knowing that you actually had Hot Wheels make you a car.
That's right.
Out of your own car.
That's right.
Unfortunately, he had to go a different route, but that's fine. But with that said, Hot Wheels, man, I tell you what, Craving Cars has had his fair share of some Hot Wheels things.
That's right.
And another reason I brought Steven aboard, because he was around for a couple of these.
Yeah, and it was pre-me, so I thought it was very cool.
So
when I watched it.
One thing for sure, we went to SEMA and saw a cool Hot Wheels thing. We could talk about that in a second. But first, we had COVID.
Yeah, that's right.
So Craving Cars is strong, man.
Yeah.
18, 19, going to the 20, just like, man, so much stuff is going to happen. And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then I stuck with it, and we kept trying to make videos of car shows that weren't happening. So
you want me to play it? Why
Steve and I, go for it. Steve and I got together. Oh, wait, stop the video.
Oh, okay. Well.
So Steve and I got together, and we invited a bunch of people to have our own car show. You know, screw the COVID thing.
Yeah.
Screw the COVID thing. You know what? We're going to do our own car show, and we invited all these cool people. You can play now.
Okay.
We've got all these cool people. Take a look. See, man, this is bringing us some memories. Remember the old Nissan right there?
Yep.
We got around in that a little bit. Don't mind the car seat in the back. I was fostering somebody at the time, so it's okay. It wasn't Steven. Oh, there we go. Look at the drone shot we have in the car show. Look at the kind of cars that showed up for this show. I mean, we had some good stuff. Look at these guys rolling in. Here they go. Look at that. We had a Senna. We had a McLaren. I mean, come on.
GT3.
A McLaren Senna. And a GT3 RS show up. Look at Bugatti Veyron. Come on, everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we had some really big names that showed up to this car show we had here. It was pretty amazing. This was the happiest car show we had all year. I mean, it really was.
Yeah. A little creativity.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. And you can watch the full video on Craving Cars on YouTube. So go back and check this out.
Had the drone footage.
Oh, look at the drone footage. It's so amazing. Oh, my goodness gracious. We had that parking lot filled.
That's right. We're going to stop that video for a second, because then you went to not only doing your own Hot Wheels car show, but then you went to...
We went to the biggest automotive trade show in the world.
Right. Talk about it.
SEMA
2019.
Yeah, you guys won't be seeing this because I'm holding the video.
And you know what's... Well, you know, we didn't know what to expect. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we are going. We have to go to SEMA. How do you go to SEMA? You can't just. At the time, you can't just go. I'm just going to go buy tickets and go in. You have to be part of the trade.
Right. Right.
Luckily, I happen to work for a company that said, "Hey, we are part of the trade. So, do you need a pass?" I'm like,
right.
Yep. Yes, I do. So we got passes, and we went to Las Vegas. And in Las Vegas, the very first day, we had an amazing... I mean, this must have been one of the earlier Hot Wheels Legends Tour thing. But look at the cars. Look at who was there. That's right. That's right. We met Jay Leno. Oh, there he was.
You got
there he is. You know what he's doing right there?
Yeah.
He's responding to us.
Right.
Yeah. We were right there. We're filming. It's like, Jay Leno! And then Steven goes, Leno! Or Jay! No, he yelled Jay. And he goes, wow! Like this. and that's him looking at us. Responding to us.
So you have a twin mill in the background.
And then you have him do a little bit of sign, and I'm talking to him. So he kind of looking my way a little bit.
Yeah.
And we cut it.
You said he was going to come over and interview.
He was starting to come over to us, and then all the people are like, Jay, we got to go, guys. We got to go. Leno, we got to go, Jay. Yeah. So they pulled him away from us, unfortunately. And then they got into one of his little cars, and it didn't start. So they had to move into another one. And then we just got a little bit more footage. It's Jay Leno. I mean, come on. Is there really a bigger person in the automotive world?
So in the background there, real quick, though, what you were seeing is part of the Legends Tour, which you guys are talking about going to this weekend.
Yep.
So they go to different Walmarts and they will pick a car from each particular show.
Yeah.
Whether it be Pinot or whatever that they like from that show. They will take all those cars and then take a vote, and that's what they were doing in Vegas that year. Who's going to win?
So this was all the picks that they had from all the other tour stops that they invited out to this to have one final showdown, and Jay Leno was the one who announced the winner.
Yeah. So just to point on these little clips we're showing, you can find the full videos on our YouTube channel.
That's right.
You'll find them.
If you don't know the YouTube channel name, it's
Craving Cars.
It's Craving Cars.
There you go. But you can find the full videos, and you'll see how they do the judging. You'll see all of that behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on.
Not to mention, God, we got so much footage from that SEMA. Anyways, it's ridiculous how much footage we got. And if I don't, it's pretty damn good edited and put together.
Yeah, Rawlings was there that year or something.
Yep, I believe so too.
Trying to be the judges, and that's like I said, how they will pick.
And
then,
so with this Hot Wheels Legends Tour thing, what they're doing is the winner becomes a Hot Wheel race.
Yes, that's right. They vote and then they build a Hot Wheel.
Sometimes though, some guy gets a crazy ass idea and says, "What if I took a Hot Wheels and made a real life car?" And so I got a call one day from Jason Brozak.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're thinking. It's like, that name sounds made up.
Brozak
is a real name. Mr. Brozak. Jason Brozak. Guys, if you're listening, Jason, if you're listening, love you, man. You are awesome. He has a company called Just the Dips.
Yep.
And so he transforms cars using, basically painting on, like professional painted on plastic dip. And he made, well, okay, that's not his car. Someone made the car. He made the design on it off of the Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
To have the BRE designed racing team Datsun 510. And he says, I got this guy with this car out there. And I said, what are you doing tomorrow morning? He goes, I think the guy's going to come up with this car. I'm like, and I'm going to be there. And so I drove to Omaha the very next morning to shoot this little bit with this Datsun 510. If you guys even know, I'm a big Nissan fan. If you don't know, Datsun is an early part of Nissan. And I the 510, man, I really like the 510. Outside of the 510, maybe late 60s Skyline would be an equal awesome thing. Yeah. But I just love that car. Now, this guy did an amazing job. And if you don't know, Just the Dips, check him out. He's got some awesome stuff. Check him out on Facebook and Instagram. Just the Dips, Jason Brozak. He's no longer in Omaha. He moved all the way down to Austin, Texas. I haven't seen him since he's moved, unfortunately. Okay. Outside of just communicating him with over social media.
And he also got to the Golf Mustang.
He did. That was his own Mustang, actually.
And he had the...
And then the next year...
the weather report.
And then he had the one where it looked like he had gone through a whole race.
Oh, okay.
And it was like worn. It had like tire marks on it.
Yeah.
It was just amazing.
Kind of like our good guy's Tim's car.
And actually, when we were at this one, he did a Ken Miles version. So he had like the paint scheme that was the Ken Miles GT40.
Yeah.
When he raced and won and beat Ferrari, his Mustang was painted
for the 24-hour Le Mans.
In this video. And actually, if it's not in this video, it's in a video following this video. So just look at it on our YouTube channel.
And you have a whole video just on this car.
I do. I do.
Drive-alongs, everything. So go check it out.
Yep. And then with him on there, I believe I have Jason as a little bit of an interview with it. Man, I ran into him in so many different shows. Streetcar Takeover shows.
He's like a cool guy.
1320 video, like Ice Cream Cruise shows. That's what he's kind of revealed it on a lot of times. He would reveal his cars on the Ice Cream Cruise time. And then, of course, he did this cool little Mazda thing, too. I mean, why not? I mean, someone says, hey, I got another Hot Wheels I want you to make it into. And then there you go, a little Mazda Speed Miata into a life-size car. There it is right there, everybody.
Yeah, kind of cool.
I like it. And it's all right there. That's all.
Not a wrap, right?
It's basically kind of like a wrap, but it's a spray on a wrap. Because it's like it's just the dips, man. It's as if he dipped his car. So it's like it's a plastic dip type of, but he's, professional spray guns.
Oh, okay. So
taping everything on like he's painting a car.
Yeah.
But if that guy wants to change his look,
it's peelable.
If that guy wants to change his look tomorrow, he peels it all off.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's his own car. He's got a Mustang. Well, his Mustang's about around your year or so, wasn't it? Because you had a 2017. His was about your year around that time. Anyways, he has changed it up so many different times by just peeling it off and doing a scheme. He's done one where it looked like a I think it was more of a theme of like old school airplanes, the Mustangs and all that stuff, because he had like the rivet looking like it had metal panels to it and rivets and stuff into it.
So I like the facts. I like the facts, Vampire.
Yeah. The what? I don't know what you're saying.
Well, he's in chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what. I was going to get into some more history. Do we want to get? You reading? You reading some comments? Are you?
Yeah, I'm trying to scroll through them so we hit on some stuff. We
go
appreciate
ahead.
Our audience,
you do
obviously.
that. Roll through that, and I'm going to go through. Maybe Steve, we could even hop in there a little bit too. But Hot Wheels company is Mattel. You guys probably know Mattel. It's been around since 1945. It was established by the creators of Harold Matson, who also went by Matt, and Elliot and Ruth Handler. So that's where the Mattel came from, was Matt Elliott. And so it was Mattel. And that's where the name came from on Mattel. Wow. And here's the funny thing is, you're thinking, oh, cool, Mattel. Yeah, they did some awesome stuff. You know what they did? First thing they did? They did picture frames. And out of the leftover material from the picture frames, they made dollhouse furniture. That's what started Mattel. Now, unfortunately, Harold Matson, part of the name there, after only a year or two, he had health issues, ended up selling his part of the company to Elliot Handler. So basically it was him and his wife running it. And they did a few various things until 1959, where his wife, Ruth, came up with, I don't know if you ever heard of this. It's kind of a doll thing. You can dress them up. They got all kinds of little things. It's called, was it Barbie? I don't know if you ever heard of that or not.
Yeah.
But they came with a thing in 1959 called Barbie. Yeah. I don't know. Ken came out like a couple years later. But in 1968, Elliot was looking at Matchbox, which I hate to say Matchbox did start their little car thing. It actually, I don't know if you guys know, this Matchbox is actually a British company. Mm-hmm. Came out in 1953, and they really only made like the production cars, like what you would see. They didn't do anything special other than what the normal.
They weren't modified at all. They were just
And Elliot looked at it with his son and says, this just doesn't seem as fun.
Right.
I bet we could do something different. And so they did something different, and they said we can make one. There wasn't a whole lot of Matchbox American side of the cars back then.
Right.
So we can do a lot more Americans. And what's Americans really known for back then in the 60s?
Modifying.
Fucking some hot rods, man.
Yeah.
Like some cool shit.
Motors sticking out of the hood.
Fantasy cars. Yeah. And that's what the Hot Wheels really started to be in 68. I mean, it was a really, really cool deal. And
they were more the street mods of toys.
Yeah. I mean, eventually, they make their street production cars too. Way down the road.
Yeah.
And Matchbox even tried to do some of the more out of this world looking cars eventually too. But I mean, Matchbox is actually owned by Mattel now. So I mean,
they both own.
They're their own competition.
Periodically, they
I like Sir Retsum. I hope I'm saying that right.
Oh,
we
got. Yeah.
Todd from Shifting Gears Audio says hello. Well, hello. Thanks, Todd, for listening, and Sir Retson, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes.
So
thank you very much.
Designers off and on too. So if you were a Mattel designer, you can be a Matchbox.
Oh, really? Did they freelance out designers?
Well, because the Matchbox Mattel are all kind of.
Today. Okay.
So now you may have been designing for Matchbox. Now you're trying to design for Mattel.
No,
because some of the designs are actually look better with Bob designing over here now versus over there.
Oh, good. Oh, we forgot to give a shout out to our backup camera guy, Sean. He's on.
Our BFF is on.
BFF. It says a hotel's coming out by the Speedway, Kansas City.
I bet it is. I mean, it would be stupid to not have one, to be honest with you. As big as it's getting.
Because there's nothing out there.
Because every event, it'll be booked up.
Yep.
Every bit of it.
Yep.
Now, Steven was telling me about a Hot Wheels car that very well be maybe like one of the more valuable cars that today that are out there. That you can
what
get.
is
and
it?
It was a '69 Volkswagen, right?
The Beach Bomb.
The Beach Bomb, '69 Volkswagen Beach Bomb. And what's the value of that Hot Wheel ish today?
Let's say $100,000 because it was a concept. There's only one or two.
Look at that.
Which one do you want me to pull up?
Down.
I'll show it here.
Down.
Right there.
Down. Over and over. Do that one, or you could go a couple over.
I'm just going to lay them all out there.
That'll be good.
$150,000 right there. So
100. What? What does it say? Hold on. Let's take a look at this. 150K. Right there, buddy.
$150,000.
Right there, buddy. You know what it is? You know what sold? You know what sold it?
Concept. There was only like 1 or 2 or whatever
before, so they didn't really produce it.
No, it was.
It
wasn't not.
You know what sold it?
Okay,
Surfboards sold it.
But there's also, if you look down the green one, there's another.
This is a Barbie.
One for the surfboards.
This is like a Barbie van.
Hey, Barbie was the other side of the damn Mattel. Okay.
It's like this is a Barbie kin van.
I hate to say it, Barbie was the biggest and the #1 most sold freaking hot toy in the world. Hot Wheels, however, is up.
I think I could buy a much better car for $150,000.
You could probably put an engine in the one you have now.
Yeah, then your Audi might run.
That's right. They might run on $150,000. That's
allegedly the guy that sold that one sold it and went and bought a Viper with the money off his heart.
Oh, I would. I'd sell that. Wow. I'd sell that in 2 seconds.
Well, you would have bought a Viper. You'd have just bought an Audi.
I'd have put a motor in it. I'd put an Audi inside.
You would have got your current Audi going.
That's right.
I do want to say, let's thanks here a little bit. Big T up in the house.
Yeah.
Someone, Stephan Miller or something. I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Eric, Don. What we got? Our BFF, of course. That's Mr. Sean.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy? What we got?
Eric Wilson. Hello.
We got Will. Will's Wheels.
Will's
Guys,
Wheels,
go to
always.
his channel. Subscribe to his channel on YouTube. I don't know if you're on. Are you on social media, Will? I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't know if he has
It doesn't really matter. Go to the channel on YouTube and subscribe to him. Old Vampire Bear, that's our Mark from Ohio. Appreciate all your input and that you got to join today. I hope everything is doing well health wise.
You're right, Don.
And we got Sir something or other. Thank you for joining. We have a knight.
Sure, Rensom.
We have a knight joining us today.
Rensom.
And some various other ones that I know I'm missing.
Yeah, we do appreciate you guys paying attention.
But that's okay. We do appreciate it.
Hopefully, we see you at the Hot Wheels show this weekend. We're going to be there Saturday. We're gonna figure out where we're going to set up.
The actual car show itself is from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So it's just a morning thing.
Yeah, it doesn't go all day.
No,
it does not, which is fine.
Yeah,
but if you guys don't live near Gardner, which nobody does, it's going to be a drive.
I think Don lives out that way.
Don don't count. Don, what do you like? 15 minutes from there, probably.
I think he's really close.
On the back roads. Yeah. Doesn't he have to get on the highway? Anyway, join us out there. We're going to be out there.
We are.
We're going to have a great time. We're going to figure things out.
It's going to be fun. And I hope we have a fair amount of some Hot Wheels potential people that are going to interview.
That's right.
That's right. If not, then we're just going to shoot the cars without the interview. Either way, we're going to have fun.
And a couple people have submitted their cars.
And we do. And matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Old Timely Delivery Service, Mr. Tim, Mr. Big T out there. Yeah, guess what, buddy? His car got accepted, baby. Yes.
We're going to drive that sucker around.
Yes.
It'll be the last year you can go.
He's got a Beamer, so no one's going to vote for him.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Are you bringing the Beamer? You bringing the Chiefs truck?
No, he got the Beamer approved. So with that sick ass
tow it on the back of the Chiefs truck.
Sick ass wrap he doesn't want to tow it. He's like, nah, I'm driving that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
So why would you not want to drive it?
So the big thing with Hot Wheels right now too is because they have recently got the Ferrari license back.
The LaFerrari?
I'm assuming they were missing
that. They had done Ferrari for quite a while, and they lost or something. So now
I remember it. Okay, I remember hearing
Ferrari's weird.
Between Ferraris right now. And because F1, they have picked up F1 stuff.
I heard about that.
They are doing F1, all kinds of F1 cars, sets, you name it. Legos is actually.
So you know who's going to pick up? You know who's going to
let us know when the Red Bull one comes out because he needs a Red Bull.
Yeah, but next year I got to switch because Audi comes into F1 next year.
It may be.
Well, it's not that now, is it?
No.
Getting those.
They're going to pick up the principle from.
And they'll do great as long as their engine doesn't blow up.
Because once again, the adults are all over those. Since Hot Wheels is not much of a. It is a kid thing.
It still is, but you know what? I think
it's a generational thing.
I think at least 51% of Hot Wheels now isn't
our kids.
It's 40+ year old.
It is.
It's Stephen Miller.
He owns them all.
Stephen Miller does not have 51%, but he's about 40.
The amount of cars I have is a starter kit to some of the people I deal with.
He has told me some stuff, but with that said, he's got an awesome collection. I know you're big on the Ford side because it got to the point where it just gets so outrageous. So he's collected. He's just got all these different variations of Fords and Mustangs and all this other stuff. But he has helped Craving cars out. When I say Craving Cars, I mean Corey Pratt.
He's really helped us out, and we do appreciate you coming on the show.
I mean, Corey Pratt is in he's got a bunch of Hot Wheels for him.
Yeah, Corey has a bunch of Hot Wheels. We know where to put them. So
there you go.
We will find another home for those, and we will display them properly in all of its glory.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on, Steve.
Yes, definitely.
I really do appreciate it.
We do.
And thanks for all you on the audience today. And also thanks to our 100% most best of supporters ever, our spouses.
That's right.
Dottie and...
my wife, Tamara.
I couldn't remember her name, so I was really glad you said
that
something.
They're having?
Yeah, I don't really...
And, of course, our sponsors, RICHLINE Motorsports, UnKCorked Wine and Spirits, Flying H Drag Strip,
we are
Timely
Done Reserves. We are Warriors. We are WarriorsApparel.com. Make sure you are following us on Instagram and Facebook.
Please do.
I have said something about subscribing to this channel. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but subscribe to this channel because it's just a damn good thing to do. I mean, but other than that, Stephen, Mr. Miller, thank you so much for coming on today and give your insight on the professional side of Hot Wheels.
Yeah, we do appreciate it.
I'm Corey Pratt.
I'm Chris Ruck.
And to remember all your cravers out there,
keep craving.
Keep craving. Yeah, there's people I know that go nightly and hit Walmarts.